Wake Up Wednesday, everybody. It is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Cherie, the Inspire. So today I wanted to touch on originality and how important it is to recognize when you go from inspiration and it turns to imitation. First off, let me say, I realized a long time ago that imitation is not the sincerest form of flattery. Reason being, people have started to use that as a way to be dishonest, as a way to achieve what someone else is doing for themselves, or to achieve notoriety for something that they did not do, but they try to emulate to the point where they make it their own and they start to believe it, right? And it's only until they're found out that they realize how quickly the rug can come from under you and you're exposed. And what I'm coming today to do is to elevate and teach that in this era of social media, people front, they cap, they spend a lot of time doing those things. And some of us really spend a lot of time making sure our business components are in order and in place before we publicize it to the world, what we're doing. And unfortunately, there's been several occasions throughout many of my writings, books, publishings, ideas, and so forth, that thankfully, I don't use the registered or copyright symbol as a status, but it is legitimized. Some people get hyped and have a false ego of, stature when they're on Google. For some, it is because you're registered. It is because your business affairs are in order. It is because you have ownership over your publishings, over your creativity, over the things that you have labored in. And that is my story, as well as a lot of people that I respect. What I found is someone stole content from me before and republished it. And I had to immediately send a cease and desist, and I had to send a written and verbal notification. Another time, a person who's very popular, has a lot of followers on Instagram and so forth, decide to take my words, my quotes, and use them as their own message. The problem with that is, social media is a two-edged sword. That algorithm thing can work for you or against you. So when you take other people's property on a social media aspect of it, what happens is you're suggested to people that think like you, that have done works like yours. And that person that you've stolen from may just be the one that's suggested to look at your content. And in my case, one, I contributed to God that he revealed, because that's my prayer daily before I start my day. Not reveal because if it's negative, I'm saying revelation, revealing things in all things that make me better. Some things that we don't see, I ask God to reveal and lift the veil over my eyes. So I was suggested to go to a page where I found my content. And that is because I believe God knows the heart of every person and the intent. I also believe that heavy is the crown that God places on us. Each of us have our own walk. And what one person did to get to where they are that you admire may not be the route you're supposed to take, or you're quenching the thirst of your own creativity. And you have to believe that you have magnificent gifts and things to offer this world as well. So I come today for Wake Up Wednesday to stress that, yes, some people cap. They put the C under their stuff, copywritten, trademark. People don't even know that the symbols mean different things in different phases of your trademarking. and as well as copywriting. When it is registered, there's a different symbol than the trademark. When you copyright, that is ownership of your publishing your works for the life of it. I have gone through those processes alone, no attorneys or anything. I've created a item that will be going in stores. But before I started speaking about it, I started the 10-month process of trademarking, 10-month or longer, I should say. It took me 10 months to get trademarked for this specific item to leave to my family for my grandkids. So when we're shooting our stuff out to get logos on these different platforms, and you're sending it to different creators who claim they're going to do your logo or do your designs and stuff, some of them go overseas, some of them in the United States, they actually take it and rebrand it and make it theirs. So it's an ongoing effort to secure and maintain your dignity, that set the ethical standard. And still things happen. People still get a way to get around it. And it may be a while before you find out that somebody has infringed on your copyright. So I want to say this. Before you attempt to tell somebody, I was going to do this, or we think alike, or this is what was on my brain after you see that they've done it, make sure that you respect them enough and say, hey, I admire what you're doing, and I'm going to give you credit for sparking something in my own creativity to form my own originality in my process to create something from my womb. Okay? Don't just think that they're an idiot, just believing that this just dropped out the sky in your womb to give birth. Because in a conversation, you'll know what somebody was or was not going to do. They have no research. They're connecting with you. They're coming down to spy on you just because they haven't done their work. Be original. Take the work and the labor that you admire about a person. Let that pour into you. Pray about it and allow God to spark something from that point moving forward that is in your lane, that is specifically yours. You don't realize how you quench in the spirit when you emulate to the point that it is nothing of your own works, nothing of your own doings, but it's theft. It's plagiarism. It's dishonest. It's copycat. That's why it's copywritten. So I wanted to say be careful, because that fair use can only go so far if you don't know the cycle of fair use, or you don't know that if someone has something in commerce before you stole it, that they're going to take you to court and sue you and get their money easily. That if you take the design or the thoughts or the works or the writings of other people and try to recreate it, that once it's published by the owner, such as Avis Publishing, or whomever got their paperwork straight, or whoever took the funds, the money, and took the time to be patient, to get trademarked, to get patent, to get copyrights. If you don't want to do all that, then maybe it's not for you. Because if we have all that, we coming with both guns blazing. I know I am. I have no problem to give somebody a tutorial, but what I will not do is gift you my labor, because I've gone through my own labor pains. Why would somebody push out after going through countless hours, months, and years of labor just to give birth and give it away? I will show you how to walk it out throughout your labor process, but I will never do the research for you unless it's a transaction and you pay me for it. You understand? The only people that give up what they give at birth after going through labor is somebody who's already made the decision that that crown is too heavy for them to carry, that birth is too much for them to bear, because they understand that they're not capable, or they reconcile with their heart that gift is too much for them to carry. and they give it to someone and they gift it to someone who they feel is more capable, more stronger. And they done their research on who they gonna gift it to. So come on, people. Imitation is not the sincerest form of flattery. Don't let your inspiration turn to imitation. All right, guys. This is your girl, Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Ava Cherie, the Inspire. God's love and God's peace to you all.